What I want to do this morning, what I want to do all day today actually, is do some practicing. And practicing means I'm going to do some skits. I'm going to do some skits and try to get as close to real life as I possibly can with these skits. And I'm going to need your help to do that. And the first skit is calling the seller after the VA has filled out the property information sheet. In order to do that, I will need a volunteer to be my seller, to be on the other end of the telephone. Come on up. Come on up. In fact, let's see. I'm going to put these tickets back in here because you won once don't mean you can't win again. All right, have a seat right here. All right, this is your home. Okay. What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan. All right. This is Nathan's home. Now, he can't see me. I'm calling him after I got a property information sheet filled out. And in fact, maybe I should put an example up here, huh? Of the deal. Give that to Nathan, please. And got to flip my camera on here, John.
We're not working yet. Hello?
Let me see it.
Hello?
You actually got to get a green light there, like that. Okay.
Got it now?
No, don't touch it. You've got it already set.
Nothing yet.
All right.
Wrong? Nothing yet.
Well, let John get back there.
We can hear you?
No, they'll turn on
Hello?
in a second. Now you got it. Okay, Nathan. Here we go. Your property information sheet says that you are asking $200,000. Okay?
Yes, sir.
See the sheet right in front of you?
I see it.
All right. It says you owe $128. It says your payments are $936 PITI. All right. And the information sheet says yes to lease option. You have said yes. All right?
Yes, sir.
You have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,728 square foot house in good condition, and you are living in it, so it's occupied. All right. Now, since the VA calls and fills out the property information sheet, they do not discuss the terms with the seller. In fact, Nikki, could you run a property information sheet up here to me, please? If you'll remember, there's a little square box in that property information sheet where you are to put the down payment and the monthly payment and the term. And of course, the seller's asking price is at the top of that sheet. So our goal is simply to get on the phone with a seller and get the information to fill out that little block. That is all we're doing. It's really that simple. And we're not giving information to Nathan. Nathan is giving information to us. We're calling to collect the information for that box right there. If we like the information, we're going to make an appointment. If we don't like it, we might set a follow-up if in fact Nathan gives us a reason. Or we might whack Nathan never to be heard from again. One of those three things is going to happen at the end of this call. Nathan's answers is what's going to determine which one of those three things happen. So Nathan, be on your best behavior today if you want to sell your house. Okay, so I've got everything I think. By the way, Nathan also says he thinks it's worth about $200,000, and that's what he's asking. Is that about normal? Yes? Okay. Now, we might have went on realestateabc.com before we called Nathan and realized he's pretty darn close. Are a lot of sellers pretty close? Can any doofus go online and figure out what their house is worth? Well, sort of. They can get an idea. What do most of them do? No, they go to Zestimate, don't they? They go to Zestimate because it's a lazy way to do it and they don't know any other way, and they think Zestimate means that's what the value of the property is worth. Fortunately for us, the Zestimate is almost always low. It's almost always wrong. So when you have the ability to go to the real comps, you'll find it quite often there's more value there than the Zestimate tells you there is. Now, don't sell the Zestimate short. It's not really an average as you know averages. There's a lot of logarithms built into the Zestimate on Zillow. It don't really just take the lows and the highs and add them up and divide them by the total number. It has more logarithms built into that, but it's still not very accurate. Now, sometimes it's pretty darn close, but other times it's pretty darn way off. So when the sellers use the Zestimate, as far as I'm concerned, it's an advantage. But I always want to know what they think it's worth. Now, what if they think it's worth a lot less than it is? I'm in an advantageous position. What if they think it's worth more than it is? Well, I can tell you right now, my question is, can you tell me where you got your asking price? Of course, sometimes they'll say, well, I just made it up. Okay, well, you know you're asking more than your house is worth, correct? And frankly, if I can't get past that hurdle, I'm going to say, listen, why don't you do this? Why don't you go on Zillow and do a little bit of comps, and then let me call you back after you've done your own homework. Is that fair? I'm not going to argue with them about their price if they've done no homework, but it's frankly unlikely they've done no homework. Sometimes they just pull a number out of the sky and they're looking for the greater fool. I ain't him. All right, so I'm going to call Nathan. I don't think we need to know anything else here. All right, it's not listed. Nathan wants to move as soon as possible, and it needs no repairs. Okay, you ready? Now, what am I going to use to call Nathan with? These are $1 million scripts, ladies and gentlemen. These pieces of paper right here are worth 6 and 7 figures annually to you. Don't you let these get out of your hands. Now, these things are in my boot camp manual, my quick start manual, and they have been modified not too long ago. And in the back, you'll notice that I made some comments on each one of these buying and selling and calling deals. We're going to cover them in a minute. But do not sell these scripts short. These will make you a fortune if you follow them. Now, why do we use scripts? How about because I said so? Is that good enough reason? All right. Because they'll serve you well. Now, if you turn to the inside cover, script to call back a FSBO with a free and clear house. Is that this one? No. With a yes on owner financing question. That is not this one. By the way, Nikki, this is not the revised version, girl. No, it's not the revised version. Okay, the revised version says the following if you want to change yours. The script's the same, but I changed this headline because a house don't have to be free and clear to use this script. It should say, script to call back a FSBO with a free and clear house or a converted lease option. Remember the question to convert them from lease options to seller financing. Would you rather lease or would you rather sell? Okay, if they say yes, then I'm going to go to this script. I'm not going to the lease option script. Look at the next page, script to call back a FSBO with a yes on a lease option question. I'm going to try not to use that because I'd rather buy most of the time. Now, what if I'm in Maryland and there's not much equity and I know it costs 3% just to take title? Then I'm going to go to the lease option probably because that's probably how I'm going to buy the house. With me so far? All right. Turn over a couple pages, you'll see a no script. Well, that doesn't mean there's no script. That means that's a script when they say no. I'll come back to that later. And then you'll see an appointment script. Oh, look at the script to capture the mortgage information. Okay, our VAs use that. And by the way, what if I call Nathan? Well, I've already got his mortgage amount, the VA did, but what if I didn't get it and I'm calling him and I'm asking him, what do you owe? And he says, well, I'm not going to tell you that. What have you learned? Learned you're not doing business with Nathan. We can't do business with people who won't even give us the simple information to determine when we buy our house. If we read this script and he still says no, I got better things to do, don't you? I'm not pushing a rope uphill with my nose, and you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Move on. Quit chasing a dead horse. Let's read that script while I'm on it. Well, I understand your concern, but we buy houses with either owner financing or lease purchase, and both will require that information for us to analyze to see if your house fits any. What we won't do is pay all cash at full price. So if you tell me that's the only way you will sell, then I really won't need to know your loan amount. Would you consider other options? If the answer is no, I want all cash and I want full price, you don't need to know the loan amount, do you? Do you? Okay, you've done your job. You've whacked him. And that's all you're supposed to do. You whack him or you save him. By the way, are you going to whack more than you save? Yes. It's not that he hasn't chosen you, it's that you haven't chosen him. He hasn't given you the right words to make you care whether he sells his house or not. Okay? And then we'll come back to the appointment script here in a minute. Okay. So Nathan, here we go. Ring, 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 ring.
Good morning, this is Nathan Butler.
Hi, Nathan. This is Ron LeGrand. One of my assistants talked to you about your house yesterday, and I'm following up. You got a minute?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, listen, you've indicated here that you would entertain a lease purchase. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, well, Nathan, tell me, would you rather lease your house or would you rather sell it?
I'd rather get all the cash out of it I can. What do you got in mind?
Well, getting all cash is not what is not why I'm calling you, Nathan. Honestly, you said you would consider a lease purchase. So, and I can't pay you all cash for the house.
Okay.
So, are you still considering a lease purchase where I get you cashed out later and make you a payment until I do?
That's a good possibility. Can you tell me more?
Well, yes. Would you think you'd rather rent the house or you think you'd rather sell it?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay. Well, frankly, I'd rather buy it as long as I can make you a monthly payment until you get paid off. That means if we come to terms, I'll pay the closing costs and purchase it, and then you can forget about it until you get a call one day saying it's about to get paid off, and that's when you'll get the difference between what I owe and what we agree upon.
I need all of it right now, but if that's the only way you can do it, we need it sold, we need to move on.
Pardon me?
We need it sold, so we need to move on. But
all right. All right. Well, then let me ask you a few more questions, and that, frankly, will determine whether I need to come out and take a look at the house immediately.
Okay.
All right. Nathan, if we can agree upon the terms, what is the least you could accept for the house?
Well, I've been thinking about that lately, and if worst comes, I'd go for 195. I've done my comparables.
Okay. And you think it's worth about 200?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Is that the least you could accept?
I'd really like to get 195, but I'd go for 190.
All right. That goes here. Sorry, that goes up top. We got the information to put right up here, don't we? Asking price is now 190. All right. Nathan, may I assume you'll sell with nothing down?
I think we can do that.
All right. And tell me, what is the lowest monthly payment? I assume that if I make a payment equal to yours, that you'll be all right till we get you paid off?
Well, that's the bottom line for leaving. We've got to get this house paid for so we can go to our new residence and do our new business.
Okay. Well, I've got what I need to know, so the next thing for me to do is to make an appointment. So let me ask you, are you the only owner?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, so you're not married?
No.
All right. Well, if I come out to take a look at your house and we agree upon the terms, and I think we're very close right now, are you ready to sell your house and get some paperwork done while I'm there?
I'm ready to move on.
Okay. What time would you like for me to come?
How about this afternoon at 3 o'clock?
All right, you're on. I'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Okay? We are done with that conversation. Was that all that difficult? Huh? All right, now, Nathan, since they're not all going to go like that, it's time for you to change hats and turn into an asshole.
I think I can do that.
You need an asshole hat of some sort?
No.
All right. So in other words, I want you to be not such a cooperative seller.
Okay.
Are we going to run across those? All right. By the way, I'm okay with you guys recording this. That's a heck of a time to tell you, isn't it? You want to record it, record it. Yeah, it doesn't bother me a bit. You know you all have a recorder on your cell phone, right? Okay. So let's try it again. Now, Nathan, you can be a total jerk and just say, you know, no, 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 all the way down the line, if you want. But sometimes we get a hold of sellers that require a little bit of finesse, but ultimately we either get them to say yes or we get them to say no. So let's try the mid-range first, okay? And then we'll go to the extreme left. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Nathan. This Nathan, I assume, right?
Yeah, what do you want?
I picked the right guy, didn't I? Nathan, listen, this is Ron. I'm calling you back about the house my assistant discussed with you yesterday. You got a minute?
Yeah, I'm in a hurry. What's up?
Well, are you in too big a hurry to talk about selling your house?
Depends. How much you going to give me?
Well, that's why I'm calling you, so we can get to that conclusion. Do you have a minute or not?
All right. Let's get on with it.
All right. Do you notice how quickly I took charge of this conversation he thought he was in control of? Because I'm telling you right now, if they're in a bad mood, I ain't putting up with it. And I'm not going to try to talk to somebody that's in a bad mood. I'm either going to make another appointment or I'm going to cut the knees off and underneath them. And I'm not afraid to do it. I don't need his house, nor I need him. Somehow I'll get by okay without either one of them in my life. And if he wants to be a jerk, I don't need to mess with him. So, let's say he said, well, I don't really have time right now. Well, let's listen, Nathan. You did call us about your house, and I am calling you back. So if you want to talk about your house, fine. If you don't, then just let me know. But it sounds like you're having a bad day, man. Am I right?
Well, I'm just sick and tired of all these realtors calling me, giving me crap.
Well, I would agree, but I'm not a realtor. I'm here to buy your house. And in order to do that, I'd like to have a civil conversation and get some facts. Is that fair? Well, I can appreciate that. Okay, so you're not mad at me, are you, Nathan? Not yet. Okay, good. Do sometimes you have to point out to people kindly and gently that they're a jerk? Huh? By the way, if they still want to be a jerk, let them be a jerk somewhere else. I don't care. I'll simply tell them, listen, you don't sound like you are that much interested in selling your house. And frankly, if I got to beg you, I would have no interest. So I'm probably not your guy. And then I might say, listen, when you get in a better mood, you might want to call me. And I have no problem at all telling them that.
Do you know what the definition of tact is?
Tact?
Tact.
No.
The ability to tell somebody to go to hell and have them look forward to the trip.
Okay. Okay, so now, let's move on. So Nathan, my information says that you would be interested in a lease purchase on your house. Is that correct?
Yes, we could possibly do that.
Well, why don't you say, I don't really know, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't really know, to tell you the truth. I don't know what that means.
All right. Well, let me tell you what that means. That means that I will lease your house with an option to buy it.
Okay.
And I'll take over the responsibility for all of the repairs and make you a monthly rent payment until sometime in the future when we get you paid off in full.
Well, that does sound tempting. However, what do I get out of it besides my rent paid?
Well, you get whatever we agree upon you're going to get at the time I cash you out. In the meantime, you get your payment made and your house taken care of, and you get debt relief until you do get cashed out.
Well, I want everything I can get.
Well, don't we all?
Well, I suppose that's true.
Okay. Well, that's the purpose of my call, followed by my appointment, if we can agree on terms here. Okay?
How soon's your appointment going to be? I've got to go. I've got to be out of town.
Well, you want to go now? We don't have to talk if you don't want to. I've got 5 other people I need to call.
Make it quick.
That would be up to you, sir. I'll ask the questions, you answer them, and I'll make it as quick as I can. Is that fair?
Okay, hurry up.
Okay. Boy, he is a jerk, isn't he? Huh? He's going to get an Academy Award for this role. All right. Well, listen, would you rather lease your house or would you rather sell it?
I'd rather burn it down.
Well, that's up to you. Would you rather lease it or would you rather sell it?
I'd rather sell it.
Okay, well, I'd rather buy it as long as you'll take a monthly payment until I cash you out. I'll pay all the closing costs, and I'll close whenever you're ready. All right? Just a couple more questions and I'm done.
Okay.
What is the least you can sell it for? What's the least you can sell it for if we agree upon terms?
I said 200,000.
Are you telling me you won't take less than 200?
You're kind of putting me in a bad position. I need the money.
Well, Nathan, and I don't know how much more clear I can make it. If I buy your house, you won't get the money until I cash you out on the back end.
How long is the back end?
I don't know. How long will you give me?
Well, I need about $5,000 to move on.
Well, that's possible. I'll have to take a look at the house, and then I can answer that question when I come out. So I'll make a note here. You're looking for $5,000 down. Okay, now what's the lowest price you can give me?
Oh, $195.
All right. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we'll deal with that when I get there. I assume that if I cover your monthly payment till I get you cashed out, that's all, that's okay too, am I correct?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. And so generally, I get a 10-year term. Sounds like you don't want to go that long. What is the longest term you can give me?
Well, I've just got to relocate it. I don't really care at this point, but I just got to move on.
Okay, well, I understand that, and frankly, I'll close this whenever you're ready, sir. It only takes me a few days after we agree upon terms. And we'll do that, or we won't, when I come see the house. So
Are you talking months or are you talking years?
I'm talking years.
Then I have no obligations.
No, I will make the payment. I will pay your bank directly. So you don't even need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about repairs. It's in the agreement. They're my problem.
Well, that sounds really good.
All right.
I just don't want to have any tie-ups. I don't want any problems. I just want to get the heck out of here.
And I understand, sir. I buy several houses a month.
When you coming?
Next time I'm picking a woman. When would you like for me to come, Nathan?
Get over here as soon as possible. Don't let that dog bite your butt.
How about 3 o'clock?
Okay, 3 o'clock.
All right. Now, before
Be there.
All right, before I come, are you the only owner?
Right now I am.
What does that mean?
I might get married tomorrow.
Okay. All right, if I come out to your house, Nathan, and we do agree upon terms, are you ready to get some paperwork done while I'm there and sell your house?
Let's get it done.
Okay, that's a yes?
Okay, that's a yes.
All right, then I'll see you at 3 o'clock, sir.
Thank you.
Woo.
Goodbye.
Man, I need to take a shower after that one. I need a cup of coffee up here for that. Holy moly.
You put me in that position.
You did a good job, honestly. He did a good job, didn't he? He did a great job. By the way, is there anything he can say that